Hi folks, I am Adrian Scott, founder of Freedom Stack. If you want to become a profitable trader, or already are one, and want to have a handy mobile app to make trades while managing risk, please take a moment and check out our new app, Zooch, Z-O-O-C-H, www.zooch.com. On Friday at America's Blockchain Summit, we had a really great panel on the future of blockchain and got a lot of feedback from the audience about how they particularly appreciated the dynamics and liveliness of our panel. I thought I'd share a few details on things that went well, plus some additional ideas I had afterwards, and I hope that this may help other panel moderators and conference organizers. When a panel goes well, the audience really benefits from the expertise and contrasting perspectives of the different panelists. They also appreciate the energy of the interplay between the panelists, the moderator, and the audience, which can make the sessions a lot more interesting than regular conference talks, especially by just one person. Here are a few tips that worked for us. Tip 1, let the panelists do most of their personal intros rather than the moderator, and start off with that. Have them keep the intros brief, but with enough content so that the audience understands why the panelists might have great advice and perspective to share. Tip number 2, here's an idea. For each panel that you moderate, try out 2 ways to engage the audience. One thing I did was ask for a show of hands for which people are entrepreneurs or helping build a business or hope to create a business in the future. Hint, that's almost everybody in many countries. And then I also asked for a show of hands for which people were thinking about or trying to figure out how they might use blockchain in their current or future business. Again, that's going to be a high percentage at a blockchain conference. The neat thing there is not just that people get to do a little physical exercise by raising their hands, and they also get to see that they have something in common with the people around them when they see those other hands go up. Now, here's one question to avoid. How many people own Bitcoin? Because that's like asking, who's carrying around $500 today? A better option could be asking how many people have created a Bitcoin wallet or a crypto exchange account. Tip number 3, if you think the audience might not understand what your panelist is talking about, don't hesitate, jump in, interrupt your panelists and explain what's going on. For example, I jumped in a couple times during the panel. One time it was to mention what a particular blockchain was that a panelist was talking about, because I knew that many folks in the audience did not know it. Your panelists are experts, and they may forget that not all of the audience will understand all the references that they make. Tip number 4, in preparing the panel, I came up with 4 main topics, and I shared those with the panelists beforehand, and I think that worked out pretty well. Tip 5, preserve time for audience questions, and also try to set the audience up to actually have some questions. It's an important metric on the success of the panel, and it's also a sign that they have been engaged in the experience. Sometimes that could be bringing up controversial topics that you know are close at heart to people in the audience. The conference organizer also may have a monitor screen to show you how much time is left in the session. You might clarify with them whether that number includes the time left for audience questions or not. I was watching that number in the panel and I forgot whether that included that time or not. So that's one thing I would have done differently next time around. Tip number 5, during the panel, you can call on particular panelists to answer a question or address a particular topic first, to make sure there's a good balance between time and content amongst the different panelists. Some may speak longer to explain a concept, and different panelists can have different levels of expertise in the points you're addressing. Tip 7, a couple of extra bonus points. How about having a slide that's on during the panel that includes the social media handles and or websites for your panelists and moderator? That gives the audience a way to continue the experience beyond the conference and also gives the panelists some marketing value. And here's another thought. You could also have an extra slide or 2 that mentions or shows a chart or a trend, and that could be displayed during the talk as a talking point that your panelists could address. That will provide some extra visual variety for the audience, and that adds another dimension to the experience. I'd like to thank the panelists who joined me on Friday in making the panel a success. Rowan Stone from Horizon, Mark Jeffrey from Guardian Circle, and Randy Hilarski from Aesop Social. And thank you also to the organizer, Dave Proenza, his team, and the audience at the Americas Blockchain Summit in Panama. Please check the video info below for links to my exciting new project, plus other helpful resources. And you might see some links here, here, and here if I figure out how to set those up. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, drop a comment, and ask some questions. And thank you.